Hello friends, welcome to this new tutorial. Today I have here this Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, and the problem on it is the screen. The screen is cracked here, as you see, and when I try to turn it on, it starts showing this kind of discoloration. So today I will show you how to replace the screen on this, and basically you're gonna learn in this video how to replace the back cover and the battery as well, and even the motherboard. We're gonna take it out from here because we're gonna use a new screen with the frame, and that means we're gonna tear down this phone completely and transfer everything to this new phone. So just to repeat, you're gonna learn in this video how to replace the back cover, the screen, the battery, the charging port, and other stuff. Okay, so let's start. So we will need a new screen, then we will need an IC semi, Phillips screwdriver, tweezers, a flathead screwdriver, cutter, double sticky adhesive, and a glove, and the last thing is a heat gun. Okay, and also we're gonna need a plastic like this, because this is very important. You will need a plastic. It's thin, not thick. All right, so let's put these tools aside, and we're gonna start open this phone. So I'm gonna use the glove, and then I will heat up the back cover for some time, maybe like 1 minute up to 2 minutes. It depends on how much your heat gun is hot. Make sure you spread the heat all over the frame, the back cover, and don't focus the heat in one spot because you may melt something inside. And once you feel like the phone is hot enough, you can stop. Don't keep heating it up. All right, so I think that's enough. I just heat it up a little bit more to just make sure that I can insert this IC semi here. So you're just gonna insert this one here and make a small gap. Once you make the small gap here, make sure don't wiggle like this or pray up, and also make sure don't put this all the way inside because you may touch something inside and you may short something. So just make a small gap, just the tip like this, and that's it. Then we're gonna use this plastic and we will insert it here, and we will remove this one. We're not gonna use it, and then we're gonna slide this all around the edges. This comes off easy. I think it's opened before. All right, so here we have the fingerprint scanner. Make sure don't go deep inside because you may cut the cable. There is a cable there, and if you go deep you may cut it. All right, so I just open it. It was easy because this one is opened before, that's why. All right, so this fingerprint sensor here, sometimes it stays here, sometimes it stays here, and sometimes it comes off with the back cover. Sometimes it stays here, sometimes it comes off with the back cover. So this one, it's good that it's separated because I will need to connect it here before I put this one. So let's put this aside. So now what we have here, we have a lot of screws. All are the same. So I'm just gonna open them one by one until I take them off all. So this is the first one. All the screws are the same. So this is the second one, and this is the last one. Alright, so those are the screws. So now I will need to take off the SIM card from here, and this is supposed to be in the beginning, but not a problem. Alright, so now after I take the SIM card out, I'm just gonna like grab this plastic from here, lift it up, and I will do the same thing for this one. If you feel like it's not coming off easy, make sure there is no screw left here. Alright, then we're gonna go down here, and I will see, hopefully there is no screws left here. Okay, sometimes it's not. If you cannot take it off, you just try to play with it little by little until you remove it. Alright, so I got it. We have this bracket here, it may get separated too, so in case it does, just put it back here. Alright, so I will show you how to put this back at the end, because usually this doesn't stay with this part here. Alright, so now as you see, the phone is still on, and now I'm just gonna disconnect the battery to turn it off. Okay, then I will disconnect all the cables that are holding the motherboard here. I have this, and they have the wireless, the wireless cables here. Then this is the screen cable. Then I think I have another cable right here, and I have this is for the camera, this is for the camera, and I think I disconnected all the cables. There may be a screw somewhere here on the motherboard, I just don't see it, but it may, because usually Samsung, they always have a screw on the motherboard. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I will disconnect the charging port. The charging port is going from here underneath the motherboard, and I'm just going to insert this one, and I try to separate it gently without damaging anything. So now I leave the motherboard like this, then I will take it out. Okay. Alright, so here I have to transfer to the new screen. I will have to transfer this proximity sensor and the earpiece if it doesn't come with the screen, and the vibrator. Alright, so we're gonna start with the proximity sensors. We're just gonna find a way how to get underneath. So you can get underneath from this side here and lift it up, and this cable is glued down here. You can just pull it a little bit, make sure don't damage it, and just get this thing out from here. Then you see the copper adhesive, just pull the copper adhesive, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna transfer this one here, and this screen is covered, this part here is covered with this plastic. It's just protecting it from dust. So we're gonna put this thing here, and gonna put this adhesive here. Sorry. Alright, for the earpiece, I already have one here, as you see. So it's covered with this adhesive. And for the earpiece, if you want to remove it from here, you're just gonna come, there is a gap somewhere here. You see, it's right here in this corner, and you're just gonna pry up and lift it up. Okay. So what else? The vibrator is right here. So we're gonna find a small gap where we can get underneath. So I think we can get underneath from here, then pry up gently until you release it. Okay, I got it. It comes with the adhesive that was holding it in the bottom, so it's good. Then I will just put it here. You see this yellow sticker here? This is just covering the microphone hole, because this is for the microphone. It's like a mesh that protects the microphone from the dust. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna move down, and we will remove the charging port out from here. Okay, so the charging port, let me see something else. You see here inside there is a prong. When you push here, it comes out. If it's missing, you need to transfer it from here. We have it here. It's the black one here, this black one. All right, so let me see. We have another hole of the microphone, and this plastic here, it's covering this pink thing, and this is like paste that is helping to cool the processor. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I will remove the charging port from here, but let's start first with the headphone jack. So the headphone jack has a cable here. I'm just gonna disconnect the cable. I will use my nail. So I disconnect the cable, right? Then it has a screw here. I'm just gonna open the screw with the Phillips screwdriver. Then I will use this screwdriver. I will insert it here. Then I will pry up. Then I can remove this. All right, we're gonna put it with the screw. Then we have here 4 screws. We have one here all the way in this edge, and we have one here, I mean 2 on the charging port all the way to the back, because we have another hole here. So this screw not gonna go here, it will be here. And we have another one in the corner here. Okay, so let's open them all. Just I'm telling you to remember the spots where you take them off from, so you need to put them back to their original spots. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I have this cable here. You see this cable, it's stuck here on the frame. So I'm just gonna release it from there gently. I'm using this tweezers. Alright, so I got it. Make sure don't cut this cable from here. It's connected to the charging port. So now I will just lift everything. And also you see these 2 cables, the blue and the white. The white on the top, the blue in the bottom, they are inside this channel. I need to get them out from there and put them back on the new one. And just pull this gently until you release it from here. I got it. Okay, so now I will put this directly back here. And I will put this inside. And then I will make sure that these cables go inside this channel. The blue first, then the white on top of it. And now I will put the screws. So we have 4 screws. We have this one, this one was here, and this was here, and that's it. So now I will put the headphone jack. I will put this part first, this way. Then I will connect the cable, and I have 1 screw that needs to be put in here. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will connect the motherboard here. So to put the motherboard, I will lift up this charging port just a little bit. Make sure don't lift it up too much because you may cut the cable here. Then I will match this connection here, the FPC with the cable, and I will snap them. Make sure they are 100% matching before you put any pressure on them. Okay, you hear the click. Alright, so now I will make sure that this cable and this cable are not underneath the motherboard, and also the blue cable and the white cable. So the blue cable and the white cable, they must be inside this gap and underneath this prong here. So I'm just gonna pull them gently like this, and this. Like this. Then I can let the motherboard sit flat here. Okay, so now here on the top I need to make sure that there is nothing underneath the motherboard. I have this cable here, and they have the camera, the two cameras. When I try to put them back here, you see this stuck on the frame, right? So I'm just gonna disconnect the cables. So this is the first camera. I will put it this way here, put the camera inside. But I see also that the camera is there is a plastic cover in the camera here. I need to remove it. It's covering the lens. So I will make sure again that this is correct. Then I will go here. You see this cable here? This is the camera. I will put this one first. Connect the cable, and this one second, and they connect the cable. Then I have this cable here. Then I have to connect this cable. This is the Wi-Fi cable, and this is the 4G and the 3G cables. Make sure these cables are matching perfectly with their connections here. You see this connection here? It has very fine edges. So if you try to connect this one without making sure it's matching 100%, you will need to align it, you know. And because if you don't, you may damage the edges, and this thing will never stick here, and that means you're not gonna have you have a problem with the service here, with the service in your phone. So make sure it connects perfectly. Then this is the screen cable. I make sure that it's matching perfectly here. Then I will glue it. I will connect it. You heard click. All right, so good. So now the last thing left here is the battery. This is the battery. I will just use this IC Sammy, and they will go underneath from here, and they will lift it gently. Lift up, pray up gently. Don't use the force, just walk around it, and you're gonna release it. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not that hard. Just keep working around it until you get it out from there. Once you open it like this, you can just use your hand and take it out. Alright, so the battery shows here some wrinkles, as you see. So to get rid of these wrinkles, we're just gonna use this stylo or this Sharpie, and I'm just gonna pass it on top of these wrinkles, and they will go away. And this battery has some adhesive here, which is good, so you don't have to put a new adhesive. Just make sure the adhesive is not overlapping each other, or it's not crooked, and cut the rest of the adhesive that is not good. And you can count on this adhesive to hold the battery in down here, because the main thing just to hold the battery to not keep moving. So before I put the battery here, in case you don't, this adhesive is not sticky anymore, you can use the double sticky adhesive and put like 2 strips. You put one here and one here. Alright, but in my case I'm not gonna use this one, this is enough because it's still sticky. So I will connect the cable here first. It's connected. Then I will just let this go down. Alright, so now we're almost done. So what I'm gonna do, I will put this bracket on the top here. Make sure there is no gap here. So you put this bracket here and make sure you push it all the way up. And then here you have some prongs that are holding. You just click on it to snap it, and then you can put 2 screws to hold it. Just put 1 screw here and another screw here, and maybe you can add another one here and another one here. So are 4 screws. Then here underneath we have this bracket, as I mentioned in the beginning. You're just gonna put this bracket right here and make sure that it sits perfectly here. Then we have the charging ports, and we're gonna just put the charging port, we're gonna put it here, and we will just let it sit flat here. Alright, that's it. So now I'm just gonna put all the screws. Sometimes you might find like something is raised up a little bit. Make sure you align it and make sure you fix it before you go ahead. Yeah, I feel like these pieces here are not fitting well, so I'm holding them until I put the screws. Alright, so we have another screw here and another one here. Then I put the rest, and this is the last screw. Then I put the SIM card back here. As you see, the SIM card color is the SIM card tray is different. The color is different than the frame. You may need to get like a black one, but anyway, this will work. It's just a matter of color, you know. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now, I will put this back here, and this back is also, it's a silver, and the owner of this phone, he already knows about it, so I'm just gonna put silver. I already mentioned that he may need to replace the back, but he said no, you wanna just keep this one. This one is broken right here, it was broken before. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now, I will just put the adhesive around this frame. I will put a strip here, and then I cut it around the edge. Another strip here. And the last one is right here. And then we're done. So now what I'm gonna do, I will need something like this just to make sure that this adhesive sticks very well. And sometimes there may be like adhesive from the old frame. It may be crooked here, so when I pass this on top of it, I will feel it. Then I can just smoothen it, flatten it, or just remove it. And there may be like also pieces of glass of the old back frame if it's broken. All right, this is the final touch. It's very important, because if you left something there, the back frame may not stick very well, or it may stay raised up a little bit. So I'm just gonna keep removing this adhesive. This is just a plastic or paper that is covering the double sticky adhesive. Alright, so the double sticky adhesive stays here. Alright, so now as you see this button here, this is a fingerprint scanner. I will make sure it's aligned here. And also you need to take a look here, and if you see any crooked adhesive like this, you need to remove it. Alright, make sure it's perfect, and that's it. So now I will just align this perfectly here, as you see, and I will glue down this. And when you are here on the glass, on the crack, make sure, because this glass is very sharp, it may cut your finger. Alright, so that was it. So let me turn on the phone now, and voila. So that was how to replace the screen, the charging port, the battery, and the back cover on Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. And this method will be the same on the Samsung Galaxy S8 and S9 and S9 Plus and S10 Plus and other models as well. And if you find this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up, share this video with your friends. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment area, technical questions. I will make sure I will answer the questions accordingly. And this is a good option for you in case you're always gonna need a technician who knows about these things. You may have a question in case you need to do a repair for yourself. So subscribe for this channel, and I will make sure whenever someone left questions there, I will answer it, or maybe some other technicians who are visiting this channel, they may answer your questions. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Peace.